Okay, it's time to make some slime, guys. We're using some cornstarch, measuring cup, a bowl, and some water for this. Start off by putting the cornstarch in there and then add some water to it. And then I used my hand to pretty much mix up the water with the cornstarch and just kind of like mushing it together so it's like more of a thicker consistency. But as you can see, it didn't get thicker, it just was very watery. And then I added some food coloring, red and blue here, and mixed it up with my fingers and made this really cool color, like pattern thing. And I mixed up some of the thicker slime into it and see like what kind of color it would make, and it made this really cool light purplish color. And I kept adding more of the like watery mixture to the thick slime that I made, and then I added more food coloring. This time it was green, and then I added red and just mixed it all up again. So as you can tell, the color that I got here was like a really pretty purple color. And then I added more cornstarch to it because it was too like watery. And I think the trick here is to not mix it up too much, because when you mix it up too much it just ends up getting watery. So I took it out a little bit later and put it on my mat there, and it got thicker. And then I added more green food coloring. And then I took some of the cornstarch that I had left over and mixed the cornstarch into the mixture of water and cornstarch, and then it got thicker, I guess, and I'm trying to pick that up there because it's thick, and that's like what the slime actually ended up looking like for me. And then I added some more food coloring. This time it was green and red, and it was fun seeing the colors change as I added food coloring. And then I added blue, and then some more cornstarch, of course, to get it thicker. And I took it out really quickly this time and tried to mush it up with my hand, and that actually got it a bit thicker, but as you can tell, it was still very watery because it kept dripping. But yeah, the trick is to not let it stay in there too much, I think. Okay, so here after I added some more cornstarch, I just basically was like trying to get it to get thicker and mixing it up with my fingers again, but it didn't really get thicker. And then I used my more cornstarch again, and I basically just put whatever thick thing that I got into the mat that I was using, and then I added some more red or purple food coloring, and then tried to mix that up with the green, and it made a cool pattern, I would say. Then I added some more red food coloring. I think it was just seeing the colors change that was the most fun part, and it just made this really cool pattern again. And as for the slime consistency, it was very thin still. That's why I kept adding more and more cornstarch until pretty much the whole can was like gone. But I would say I got, like, with that right there, it was pretty thick. It was still very like slimy, like watery, but it was still getting thicker, so I really like that. Okay, and what I did here is I just basically just kept like trying to mush it together with my fingers, but then it would just like get watery and drip into the, like, what's it called? The thing that I'm putting the slime in, the container. It would just drip back into that, but it was still like it got thicker at some point. Like I mixed it with just the cornstarch, and I was able to get that, which is pretty good. And more slime right there. And that was my messy slime result. Hope you guys enjoyed.